Hey everybody, just a quick video on a latest job lot haul of vintage Star Wars figures that I recently acquired. Let's get straight into it. First up we have Twin Pod Cloud Car Pilot. Pretty good condition, quite happy with that one. A few marks on the back which don't seem to come off despite having a good clean, but other than that, quite happy with that one. We've also got, in superb condition, Lando Calrissian in his Jabba's Palace skiff guard disguise. Unusual to find them second-hand complete with an original helmet, and that is in really good condition. Not much wear or tear on that figure at all. Very happy with that. I got all of these figures at an absolute bargain. I was expecting the condition to be a bit rough, but they are in really good condition. Rebel Commando Hoth guy, not bad, not the best condition, quite a lot of wear on that one, but that's okay. Klaatu, one of the most ubiquitous figures from Return of the Jedi. You find these are easy to pick up, not so easy with the loincloth intact. This one's a bit tatty, but hey ho. Again, for what I paid for them, not bad at all. Ben Kenobi, not bad condition. It's a reproduction cape, but that's okay. Finding the originals with the original cape is just silly money, but that was pretty cheap. One of my favourite figures of all time, Nien Nunb or Nine Nunb, depending on your preference and pronunciation. Got a lot of fond memories of this figure because this was one of the figures that I sent off for in the old mail-aways, you know, send off proof of purchase, carve up your Star Wars cards and send away for Nien Nunb. This is the third Nien Nunb that I've got. This one's actually very good condition. There's very little wear on it. It's a good figure for wear and tear anyway. It doesn't tend to get lots of paint rubs, but that's in really good condition. The limbs are very stiff. It's hardly been played with at all. And like I say, one of my favourite figures of all time. You see a bit of wear on the vest there, but other than that, it's all good. Lukin Bespin, one of my favourites as a child. I have very fond memories of buying this, my original one, which is in my main collection. This is just a secondary one, part of this job lot. Not bad, pretty good condition. Hard to find in immaculate condition, but again, the limbs are very stiff. Bit of wear in all the usual places, but quite happy with that. Bib Fortuna. I always thought this was a great value figure when I was a kid. You seem to just get a lot for your money. You know, it's a big old figure, well sculpted. Got the rubber vest. You've got the cloak. This is my third Bib Fortuna. So this was a bit of a duplicate in the job lot that I bought. One of the other ones that I bought more recently is in superb condition with the original staff. This one doesn't have the staff. Conditions, okay, it's all right. It's pretty good. So yeah, everyone's favourite. Here's a figure that's often just left in the bin. General Madine, Return of the Jedi. This is almost immaculate. There's some wear on that glove there, and a bit on there, but it is almost as new. Usually the hair is a bit more worn. The limbs are very stiff. I guess not a figure that gets played with very much, but there we are. That was bundled in there. Leia in Bausch or Bosch disguise. Doesn't come with the helmet. That's not surprising, really. It's a shame about the paint rub on the back of the head from the helmet being on and off all the time. But other than that, this condition is this figure's in pretty good condition. Again, I mean, I've already got a spare one of those, so it's just a bonus, really. As is the same with this guy, Lando Calrissian. Pretty good neck. Some of these have a lot more wear. No cape on it, but that's not unusual. I won't bother getting a repro cape for that. It's not worth it. Klaatu skiff guard, again, one of those figures you just find. You can pick these up for £1, £2, almost anywhere. But this is in, again, remarkable condition. There's some wear on this on the back of the tunic there, but limbs are in pretty good shape. Admiral Ackbar, love this figure. one that I never had originally as a child. This one's okay. It's not the best condition I've seen out there, but you know, for a couple of quid, who minds? Low grey, I think this is. Not a big fan of the Ewoks. Missing some of the bits and pieces. Other than that, the figure's in reasonably good condition, but hey ho. Chief Chirper, probably one of the dullest of the Ewok figures, so he's not going to get. He's never going to be top of anyone's list of favourite figures. But bundled in, complete with the headgear, which is unusual. Weequay, again, one of the more easy, common figures to pick up. This one's in pretty good condition, quite happy with that. Rebel Commando. Now this guy is in superb condition. There's usually quite a bit of wear to the hat there and on the backpack. None of that with this guy, and I don't know if you can see that. The face is it's just really intact. It's in really good condition. No wear on the boots. Nice, very nice. Yoda, don't often find these guys knocking about dirt cheap. He's obviously missing all the bits, the cloak, the belt, the snake and the cane. I might get repros for that, not sure. I might just leave it as it is. It was so cheap. It seems a shame to spend any more money on it. One of my favourites, Squid Head. Absolutely loved this when I bought my original one as a child. This is complete with the cape. Bit of damage to the cape, but and the rubber vest piece is missing. But just love that figure. I think the sculpt on that is just still among the best of all the vintage Star Wars figures. So happy to get that one. Legendary. First figure I ever bought was Sand People, as it was called back then. This is now the fourth one I have bought. I have so much affection for this figure because it was the first one I ever owned. This one's okay. It's a reproduction cape. The head's a little bit wonky. I've noticed that with some of these figures that the head doesn't sort of sit flush correctly, but I really don't mind. These Sand People figures can do no wrong, so love having that in my collection. Amazed to just find this bundled in with a job lot of figures because loose Boba Fett's in reasonably good condition, as this is, go for quite a few quid, even loose and even without any weapons and what have you. You know, so for a couple of quid, picking up a Boba Fett, there's all the usual wear on the vest and stuff, but, you know, come on. It's Boba Fett. Really, really happy to have that bundled in with this job lot. Last, but by no means least, this remarkably good quality Chewbacca. This is as near as a brand new mint condition Chewie as I have ever seen. It's got the what's often referred to as the green limbs. No one really knows if that's a variant or if they just fade, if the arms fade at a different rate than the rest of the body. You can see it quite clearly there that the arms are and legs are a slightly different shade to the body. But the limbs on this are so stiff, and there is no wear anywhere on this figure. It is as near as immaculate a loose figure as I have ever picked up, and finding that on Chewie. Again, this was bundled in with the job lot, so that is an absolute bargain in my opinion. So there we are, one job lot of very good value vintage Star Wars figures. Thanks for watching.